Okay, this video is how to eat when traveling. Some viewers ask me, what do I recommend for eating when you're traveling? Well, starches are very convenient. They store very well. White rice stores better than brown rice because it has less fat in it. Also, white rice has less arsenic, and the arsenic levels tend to be quite low, especially if you buy it from, don't buy it from southeastern United States where they used to grow the cotton and they used to spray arsenic pesticides on it because of the boll weevil problem. So you can get like organic rice grown in California or other types of rice. Just check that first. Okay, but anyways, the easiest way to cook rice, especially for just one person, is to get one of these aroma cookers. You can get like a 3-cup cooker. You just put the little cup here. This is 1 cup. You pour it in. You can put 2 or 3 in there, and then it shows you how much water to put. This thing is very small. You can easily carry it in a small box. And that's a very convenient portable way to cook rice for one person. It's done real fast. It cooks it in about 15 minutes. It tastes great. It's perfect. I have one. I've used it many times. It's great. Probably the 3-cup size would be the best for one person. Okay, you can cook beans. You can get an Instapot to cook the beans. Instapot is a great, convenient way. You can just cook them in a stainless steel pan. All right. Potatoes are real good, just regular potatoes. They're a super healthy food. And all you got to do is boil them. For all of these things, all you're doing is you boil rice, you boil beans, you boil potatoes, you boil sweet potatoes, and you boil oatmeal. Boiled water is all you need to know how to do. Sweet potatoes are the healthiest food in the world. They've only got 1% of calories from fat. Same thing for regular potatoes and white rice, 1% of calories from fat. So they keep you skinny. Rice has about, depending on what brand you read, 7 to 9% of calories from fat. Potatoes about 8 or 9% of calories from. I'm sorry, they got 1% of calories from fat. The rice, 7 to 9% of calories from protein. Mashed potatoes are similar. They get typically about 8.5% of calories from protein. Sweet potatoes are the best food in the world because they have only 4.5% of calories from protein. As a matter of fact, Dr. McDougall had said, "You haven't tried everything possible yet for optimizing health with nutrition until you've only eaten sweet potatoes for 4 months." So that's good to know. And again, potatoes have everything in there. McDougall's shown the studies where people would only eat potatoes for 6 months and they would come out of that doing pretty well because they're a tuber that goes in the underground. So they tend to accumulate all the nutrients in there. The only thing they're missing is vitamin B12. So you will still probably need to take a vitamin B12 if you've been a long-term vegan. Sweet potatoes, because they have the lower protein of only 4.5% of calories from protein, they're considered the healthiest food in the world. I agree with that. Dr. McDougall agrees with that. You look at the Papua New Guinea population, they would get 93% of their calories from sweet potato, and they were fit and healthy. And despite the fact they smoked like chimneys, they had 6 times less lung cancer than the Americans did. Because the lung cancer is not just from smoking cigarettes. It's also from a high-fat diet, making the tissues ischemic, depriving them of oxygen. And it can also be contributed to by inhaling cooking fumes and a few other things. But most common risk factor people are aware of is smoking cigarettes on a high-fat diet. Another very convenient food for traveling, and of course it depends how long you're traveling, is to get some type of oatmeal. The oatmeal must be organic, because if it's not organic, they can spray that GP stuff on there, phosphate stuff. You don't want that on your food. So all of these are very easy to put in your luggage and travel with them. Now, it's not so easy to travel with fruit. It's not so easy to travel with veggies. Quite often, though, those are readily available at local stores. You can go pick up some organic salads, and you can pick up some fruits grown locally. And if you miss them for a couple days, that's okay. You prefer not to, but it's okay for just a couple days. It depends how long you're traveling. But anyways, these all store well in reasonably good amounts, and they're cheap, and they're convenient, and they're really good for you. The McDougall diet, he recommends anybody's trying to turn their health around fast, eat 90% of your calories, 90% from starches, and then get 5% from fruits, 5% from veggies. Okay. In real life, I tend to eat about 35-40% of my calories from fruits. But starches are a good way to go, especially when you're immediately trying to make a turnaround in your health, or if you're traveling, they're very convenient. So if you have to go to a restaurant, of course, avoid the oils as best you can. Avoid the excess sodium as best you can. Avoid anything from an animal as best you can, that sort of thing. So anyways, hope this was helpful.